every time. That's actually really smart of them. YouTube, today we're going to be using a brand new team, and this team got top 20 on the Battle Stadium ladder twice last ranked season. And yeah, two different players used this 6, and it's pretty interesting. Eternatus plus Yveltal, which is a combo that I feel like it's definitely been picking up in Japan recently. They've been using this combo quite a bit, so it's a very interesting duo. We got Bronze on. We've used a very similar to team in the past with like a Chansey, so we'll see how this team actually functions, because I think it's just always interesting. Of course, you got the Eternatus, really hard hitter with the Dynamax cannon. You got the Yveltal to help a little bit patch up the weaknesses of Eternatus. Of course, the Psychic type is going to be really annoying. And then, of course, these duos don't exactly like Zacian, but we do have Bronze or Kali Ice Rider, I suppose. But we do have the Bronzong, Blastoise, and Incineroar, which are really good supports to take care of those Pokemon. Let's see how it goes, though. If you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. Really does help me out. If you want to check out the details of the team and the creator, down below in the description, as well as the report. And yeah, you can grab the rental code while it's available. But let's get started and play some games. Rayquaza, Zacian with Gastrodon, Whimsicott, Incineroar, and the Umbreon. This is a very tough team for me to break through, actually, especially if that Rayquaza is a special variant. Although I don't know if they run a fire move. It's probably, I mean, it's going to be a tricky game either way. So yeah, this is a very unique one right here. Blastoise is not good. Incineroar definitely being broad here. I'm definitely bringing Incineroar. I want to say I bring Yveltal. It's just I gotta make sure that I can check the ground types, but I don't, or not the ground type, but the Gastrodon specifically. And I also gotta check the Zacian. I don't think I bring Blastoise here. Hailstorm's nice, but otherwise I really don't do anything. And Dynamax Cannon, maybe could do some things. Maybe I just lead off with Eternatus plus Incineroar. I don't think it's that bad of a lead. Have Bronzong in the back, and I think the Yveltal. Gastrodon I can probably beat with the Bronzong, assuming I don't get like super stalled out. Let's try it out, because they have a really tough time of actually dealing damage to the Bronzong unless it's Darkest Lariat on the Incineroar or an actual fire type move on the Rayquaza right here. And I just have no idea. It could be like a Solvest Rayquaza, or it could be like the Life Orb special ones, which I've seen. It could be physical too. If it's physical, it probably makes it a lot easier for me, but I have no clue. I'd imagine it's special on this team. Umbreon plus Rayquaza is an amazing lead for me here, because I did lead off with my Eternatus. Eternatus Dynamax Cannon is a very massive threat to them, so I really do like this lead position. Okay, so double protect here is not that bad for me realistically. I could also see myself parting shotting the Ray here. I think protect plus parting shot is not a bad play into the Ray slots. I do either want to go for the Dynamax Cannon or I want to go for the Protect here, because the reason is I don't know what Umbreon's going to do. It could be a Snarl coming out and Ray protects, or I could see them trying to get into Zacian, for instance. I don't think there are Dynamax into Ray here, unless you're a Assault Vest and want to risk like the Dynamax Cannon doing a lot of damage, because I don't know about Assault Vest Ray calcs, but Dynamax Cannon is going to hurt a lot. So I'd imagine this is either a Zacian switch or a just a Protect right here from the Ray. Those are like the two options I see. Umbreon probably going to go for a Yawn or Snarl, I imagine, into the Eternatus slot right here. Then the upcoming turns are going to be pretty interesting, because if they do stay in with the Ray, am I going to go for the read of the Zacian the next turn? We are going to see the Ray swap though, so this should be Zacian or Whimsicott. Yeah, that's fine. They actually have pretty passive Pokemon here, so that's cool. That's cool by me. I do protect my Eternatus right here. I don't know if this is Encore. Maybe I should scout for it. They did go for the Yawn into my Eternatus slot, so I guess it really doesn't matter, because I would have probably switched out even if I attacked right there. I was definitely either going to go for Dynamax Cannon or Protect there. Maybe Flamethrower, but I don't think I would have really wanted to risk it immediately. I'm going out into my Bronzong here. So let's go out or into Yveltal, but because dual Wing Beats could knock out the Whimsicott immediately. But I like the Bronzong as a play here. Yeah, I like the Bronzong as a play here. Like, just set up an Iron Defense seems really solid. And go out into, I think Incineroar again. Well, do I care about Encore? Not really. I don't mind getting damage off into the Umbreon, because Umbreon could be a little bit of a pain. I'm not really that worried about the Whimsicott either. I just kind of want to have some pressure. So I think I'm going to Sludge Bomb the Umbreon right here, and I'm just going to Iron Defense right here, because they have to respect the Bronzong too. But I also want to scout for like what the Umbreon does. I kind of want to go Yveltal, but going Yveltal and then foul playing, of course, with the Dark Orb boost and the Bronzong, of course, is not really ideal here. So I might as well just go for the Iron Defense here and a Sludge Bomb. I get some residual chip onto the Umbreon. They don't exactly have the safest swaps to Umbreon, and if they do swap out the Umbreon, I do get some momentum because Sludge Bomb's going to hurt. They can't really risk a Ray on that slot. They're going to go for a Moonblast immediately. Okay, into my Eternatus. That's fine. Doesn't really do much damage. I am able to get Sludge Bomb off into the Umbreon. Oh, that's a big amount of damage. That did so much, actually. Wow. Y'all, I'm going to come out into the Bronzong slot. Okay. So I probably am forced to switch out the Bronzong, which is fine, actually. I do go for the Iron Defense right here. Okay. Very, very unique spot right here. I think I'm just going to go for a Flamethrower into the Whimsicott then. Flamethrower and the Whimsicott seems super nice here and probably hard in the Yveltal. Okay, I don't really mind this position for the most part. I got a huge amount of damage to Umbreon. They might try to Moonlight up this turn, and that's completely okay because it's just really nice knowing how much damage I can actually do to Umbreon. Like, if I get maybe like a little bit of chip from later for like a stray body press, for instance, I'm going to really be able to eliminate that Umbreon. Also, it's not leftover, so it should probably be the Goggle set, which has been like really popping up recently. So let's go for that Flamethrower into the Whimsicott right here because I also... like, if they expect Sludge Bomb on the Whimsicott, they might try to pivot out into their Zacian. So, might as well. We go out into our Yveltal right here. And let's see what they're going to go for. They're going to go for a Moonblast once again, which is fine. No, they Tailwind up, which makes sense here. Okay. So they Tailwind to get some speed advantage. Makes a lot of sense here. We're going to see a Yawn come out into the Eternatus slot. That makes sense. Let's see. Is the Whimsicott Focus Ash? Because that's a really big question I have in my mind. If it's not, that's actually really ideal. But I guess if it's Endeavor for some reason, that would actually be really awkward. It is going to be Sash. Okay. So Sash is revealed. Okay. So I do want to go back into Bronzong here. Even if it's on the foul play. They're probably just going to Yawn anyway. I think I'm going to go for dual Wing Beats here, actually. Like, the thing is, their Pokemon are playing very, very passive against me right now. I think I'm going to dual Wing Beats, actually. Yeah, I'm going to dual Wing Beats to Umbreon. I don't know if this is actually a Endeavor, a Whimsicott. If they do have Endeavor, then they got me here. But let's find out. I do want to go for a dual Wing Beats. I don't think it will probably be, but we'll see. Helping Hand going to come out. Okay. Helping Hand Moonblast into the Yveltal. That makes sense. We're going to see Moonblast come out into the... yeah, it's in the Yveltal. I do have the Assault Vest. I am taking that comfortably here. Okay. And then next turn, I could probably Trick Room if I want to. Like, if I really want to, I could just set up a Trick Room right here. So, yeah, we might as well just go for the dual Wing Beat. I think Trick Room and Rock Slide is fine here. Although, I don't know if Rock Slide actually knocks out the Umbreon at that range. It looks really close. I don't know if they have Taunt either. Huh. So it's Helping Hand Umbreon. That's good to reveal here. I could take the double knockout, but the thing is about taking the double knockout is a little bit awkward. I think I just go for like a dual Wing Beats into the Umbreon. I think dual Wing Beats and Umbreon is fine. Even if they swap out, it's fine. They have to go for the Taunt specifically here in the Bronzong, and they need to have Taunt on one of these two Pokemon. I don't know which one it is, though. So, unless they don't have it on either Pokemon, which means Bronzong is just going to come in super clutch right here and just get a dual Wing Beats off into the Umbreon, get the Trick Room up, and then we can Body Press stuff. Whimsicott going to go for the Helping Hand, so they both have Helping Hand, but are you faster? Oh, you actually are faster than my Yveltal. Get the foul play off, so that's a lot of damage into my Bronzong, but that's okay here. I am able to get the dual Wing Beats off into the Umbreon right here, and Umbreon is sayonara right there. Okay, perfect. I guess the weird part is my Dynamax Pokemon are going to be a little bit awkward in this game. I actually could see some things I could do, though, which could be fun, but we'll find out. Helping Hand Whimsicott with Tailwind, Moonblast. We don't know if it has Encore. We definitely think it probably doesn't have Taunt. I revealed the leftovers. Wait, is this the first time I revealed leftovers? It probably was then. Ray is going to come out here. Okay. So I don't know if this is physical or special right here. I'm going to go for my Rock Slide, and I think I'm just going to go out into my... I could also just protect the Bronzong. Actually, I am going to protect the Bronzong and go for the Rock Slide here, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Rock Slide Protect because I think if Because they also got to fear the Bronzong, I guess, too. Because the Bronzong with Leftovers Recovery is just going to be really annoying for them. They're going to Dynamax, which makes sense. The Ray is the only Pokemon that can Dynamax efficiently on this team. Unless you want to Dynamax the 1 HP Whimsicott to make a play, which I don't see a single play that why Whimsicott would Dynamax here. So we already see the Rayquaza Dynamax right here. Let's find out. I would really like to hit the Rock Slide here into the Whimsicott just to isolate the Zacian and Rayquaza. We're going to see a Helping Hand, which is fine here. I don't care if they take the knock on Yveltal. So, okay, I could have Body Pressed and Foul Played safely, but all right. And not the worst case. We are able to land a Rock Slides, which is beautiful. So we get a decent amount of damage to the Rayquaza. We get the knock on the Whimsicott. Fantastic. And what are you going to do? If you Airstream here, this is actually really good for me. But they Dragon here. Okay, into, I'd imagine this is into the Yveltal. Yeah. Okay. So Yveltal goes down, which is perfectly fine. And I guess I'm going out into my Eternatus and Dynamax Cannon. Let's see. Are you Life Orb? You are Life Orb. Okay, good to confirm. So I guess this could still technically be awkward, but I'm gonna... Oh no, Tailwind petered out for them. Okay, that's a little bit weird. I'm going hard in Incineroar right here, though. I am going hard in Incineroar here. And I think my play here, Zacian should probably protect because of Flare Blitz potential, or I don't know, actually. I feel like I always actually Dynamax. Well, I'm Dynamaxing my Incineroar 100%. I just don't know what I'm doing as my follow-up here. I do get the Intimidate off into both Pokemon, which is nice. I don't think this is special, right? Probably Draco Meteor based, but yeah, this probably all right here. I think I just go for a Max Guard with my Incineroar, and I think I just go for an Iron Defense right here. How many turns of Trick Room die left? I had 3, right? Yeah, 3 turns, so this is gonna work out fine. Let's just go for the Max Guard here, because I feel like it's way more likely for them to either attack aggressively into my Incineroar, or they're gonna go for a with a Max Dragon play. I feel like they need to chip in the Incineroar right here, but maybe I could be wrong. The thing is, they also kind of need an Airstream boost because my Eternatus is also going to be pretty tough. But I think they have to get a Dragon off right here first, because if they don't get a Dragon off, then their Zacian's always directed by the Max Flare. Unless they want to make a really hard read here of going for a substitute, but I just can't really see that. I can see them attacking or just protecting, but I can't see the substitute play here. We're going to see... Oh, the Zacian stayed in. I could have just Flare Blitz Body Press. Okay. So unless you doubled on my Bronzong, I should be okay. But yeah, Max Quake here makes sense. I have Shucker Berry, so I'm not really that scared about that. Did you sub? No, you Sacred Sword double up. Okay, cool. Okay, really nice. Really nice. I have Shucker Berry, and I do think the Zacian always protects here, because a very simple play that I could just make here is going for the... I think I Iron Defense again, and I think I actually Max Strike here. Yeah, I actually think I Max Strike. I think I Max Strike to Zacian. The reason I Max Strike to Zacian is I think Zacian always protects here. Yeah. So this is perfect. The reason I Max Strike here is because if they Airstream to try to outspeed my Eternatus once Trick Room's over, I always outspeed with this Max Strike here. And then I could go for the Max Flare into a Body Press into the Zacian slot the following turn. So that's the reason why I went for the Max Strike play here. It also, if they doubled up my... Incineroar, they didn't pick up the knockout unless they got I think the Rayquaza had to crit specifically there, but I think they had to crit with Dragon. If they crit with Quake, I don't think Sacred Sword was following up. They need a double crit there. Then they do go for the Dragon play, which makes sense. Okay, into the Bronzong, which we do tank. Yeah, I was about to say we should tank that. Okay, perfect. So now, I didn't know if it was Airstream coming out, but this actually works out beautifully. I can go for a Flare play here and a Body Press. I guess the Eternatus could still be... I guess this endgame could still be a little bit awkward, but I'm pretty sure that my opponent would have to get, pretty high levels of RNG in order to come back in this game. And the first one is, the Zacian getting a double protect here, I'm pretty sure. As I'm getting Max Flare up and I'm getting the Sun up, which is pretty important. I mean, I guess it's not going to matter too much with the Airlock, but it's going to matter in the upcoming turns. That's also why I didn't feel like I needed to set up Sun, because of the Airlock from Rayquaza, so there's no reason to really go for the Flare play. So they do fail to double protect, so their hopes right here are pretty much sealed. Even if Ray, let's say, went for the KO on a Bronzong, Eternatus comes in, I still have Max Flare chip into the Zacian, which is pretty important. Flare Blitz is going to be coming out afterward. I felt like I was still in a pretty fine spot, especially with Eternatus. Dynamax Cannon is going to be able to threaten. They can't KO my Eternatus with Behemoth Blade at that range, and they go for the Raw Hurricane into the Incineroar. I would say Sun, but there is Airlock on the field. Okay. And now we seal the game 100%. Okay. Yeah, because Trick and Return to normal, I was faster. I could just draw off a Dynamax Cannon, or I could go for the Flamethrower. Realistically, I had like either option too, and I just had like the ability to just keep going for Flare Blitz right there with my Incineroar. Because if they were playing Protect games, they really just couldn't really punish my Incineroar right here. So yeah, Body Press into the Ray here. We're gonna go for a Flare Blitz or a Parting Shot. I guess Parting Shot's fine here. Getting our Eternatus in safer, I guess. They go for the Hurricane again, probably. Oh, okay, and the Bronzong, does that KO? It does. Okay, that's fine. It actually does quite a bit of damage, but I guess I never got a Parting Shot off into the Ray earlier. So we got a Parting Shot off into Ray. Now we could cycle back in our Incineroar with the Eternatus, waiting in the back, striking with that Dynamax Cannon. And we also have Flare Blitz pressure against the Ray here. So yeah, this is looking pretty good, and we could just go for the Dynamax Cannon, just instantly pick up the knock on the Ray, guaranteed. We have Fake Out Pressure, we have Incineroar non-intimidate, which is why I also want to get a Parting Shot, and they're also -1 special attack, so they have to get extremely lucky here anyway, because Earth Power doesn't KO my Eternatus most likely at this range. Draco Meteor, of course. Well, that's even if they somehow get the attack off, but it's pretty much impossible for them to get an attack off into Eternatus anyway. We go for Fake Out. We go for Dynamax Cannon, and yeah, we'll seal up the game right here. Yep, battle's gonna be forfeit. Nice. So Eternatus and the Yveltal. I mean, the thing is, they played super passive the first couple of turns. One of the things they probably were trying to set up was trying to get the free switches, and it was really hard for them to switch against my team. And that's kind of the thing about using like Rayquaza as one of your restricted. It's definitely one of the more frailer restricted. Takes a lot of damage from attacks in general. We can actually check their team here, which is nice. So we're gonna see the Zacian right here, pretty bulky actually. We're gonna see the Rayquaza with the Life Orb. Is it max special attack? It's max speed, not max special attack, but not really super bulky right here. We protect Draco Meteor Hurricane. Okay, we're gonna see the leftovers Gastrodon, pretty standard stuff. Thankfully they didn't bring it because it could have been a Stalwart. Moonblast, Tailwind, Helping Hand, Cotton Spore, and the Whimsicott. They didn't really have much that they could set up. Yeah, they didn't have Taunt to deny me either. They did have Foul Play, Snarl, Yawn, Helping Hand. So yeah, the Umbreon, actually no Moonlight, which is a very interesting decision. No healing at all with the Umbreon. Okay. So yeah, I felt like it was just really tough. The Umbreon set definitely I don't think helped because yeah, no recovery. They did have Foul Play, Snarl, and Yawn was a little bit annoying to switch into, but otherwise, yeah, I was just able to really play around the passive mons, and then they were down a 2-4 deficit. I was able to get Trick Room up actually very safely against their team. And yeah, then I was able to like go for that max strike play for the Eternatus, just always set up a win if they decide to go for the Airstream to outspeed my Eternatus right there. Otherwise, they would never outspeed my Eternatus if they never went for Airstreams. Calyx, Ice Rider, Palkia, Alcremie, Amoonguss, Dusclops, and Indeedee. Okay, so we have Dusclops and Alcremie, which are techs we haven't really seen on the Calyx, Ice Rider, Palkia teams as of late, especially with a lot of the Cali Ice Riders usually just running the Tapu Fini instead. But all right, no Incineroar as well, which, man, if we had a Zacian, that would be really nice. But we do have a few tools, of course. The Bronze, of course, can go really well here. We do have the Yveltal, a little bit tricky for them to handle, but I do got to watch out because Alcremie is a massive threat, and I mean a very massive threat. I need to look at my team again real quick to make sure. I mean, my probably Eternatus probably leads here. And then the rest is going to be very tricky here. I do kind of like, this is really difficult actually, because the Palkia is just going to be such a big problem. So I think I have to lead the Eternatus. Otherwise, it's just going to be so hard to deal with the Alcremie. I think I'm going to bring Bronzong because I could at least reverse Trick Room. And then in the back, I think it's Incineroar and Yveltal. Rillaboom doesn't really do too much other than Grassy Glide support, I guess. And Blastoise doesn't really do that much either, especially where there's an Indeedee, because that Indeedee is going to give us quite a bit of a problem. I could lead with like Blastoise plus the Eternatus. It could go really well with the Helping Hand with Dynamax Cannon, but I don't think that's enough to Oko Clops, which is a really big thing right here. Also, kind of curious on what they lead here, whether they're going to lead a Amoonguss straight away or if they're going to lead something else. It's going to be a pretty big factor for me because Spore is something that I do have to be concerned about. And yeah, there's just like a lot of things. I don't know if I can really cover them all exactly, but we're going to try. We're going to see the Calyx, Ice Rider, and the Indeedee matchup. Okay, so So that's not exactly the best lead I want to see here, but it's not a terrible one right here, as we do lead off with our Eternatus plus our Bronzong. I really didn't want to see something like an Alcremie plus a Palkia potentially, or something similar. If the Palkia did lead, I really wanted to threaten it right there. So we do bring out the Eternatus lead, and we're gonna switch right away into our Incineroar. That's right, we're switching right away into our Incineroar, and we're clicking the Iron Defense right here. Might as well just boost up my Bronzong. I kind of wish I had Max Quake on the team, because having Max Quake would be so nice. I think Rillaboom might have access to it, but I'm not really bringing it, I feel like, in this matchup. I'm pretty good with not bringing it here. So we'll Iron Defense, Entity, Helping Hand maybe coming out, maybe a Follow Me. I could definitely see any of them. I'm assuming the Calix is just going to attack here. I don't think you're going to play Trick 'em games with a Bronzong when you could just like go for the offense right here. You might even go for like a Max Quake read right here into my Incineroar, but it has to be Wider and Helping Hand for this to be like a disaster, I guess, I suppose. I guess I could have also potentially just went out. Oh, what? Fake Out. I just realized there's no Psychic Terrain. Wait, there's no Psychic Terrain. I just realized. Okay, so we do get the Iron Defense off with the Bronzong. We're going to see a Trick 'em does come out from the Calyrex. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize that. Wow. I'm actually surprised. I just initially assumed, but yeah, that's something I didn't pay attention to. Okay, so that's very, very interesting here. Okay, I'm going to switch out on Yveltal and a potential high horsepower if they want to go for it. And I think I'm just going to Iron Defense again with the Bronzong, because I really want that Iron Defense around. We're going to see the Calyx actually retreat here into the Amoonguss, which makes a lot of sense here. Okay, so Amoonguss is going to come in. I'm going to switch out my Incineroar. Is this a double swap potentially? No Alcremie is around. That's actually really nice for me that I don't have to deal with it. So we do switch out here. We will bring out the Yveltal, which is kind of threatening. Iron Defense going to come out once again. Okay, so this is interesting because the Entity stays in, so they have really awkward Pokemon here. Mystical Fire going to come out. Okay, so that gets some decent damage in the Bronzong, but it's not really that much. And with the leftovers, I will be recovering. Special attack drop doesn't really matter here. I just got to watch out because I can't let Amoonguss snowball spores, but I don't think I really have a choice right here. I'm gonna go for a dual Wing Beats, I suppose, or I could foul play the Entity. I think I'm just gonna go for a foul play into the Entity actually, and I am gonna go for a body press right here into the Entity slot as well. I could try to reverse Trick Room, but I just don't really see a point to. I want to punish any potential switch-ins for momentum. So if they like bring out their Cali Ice Rider, I do want to punish that. Or if it's a Palkia, that's pretty decent as well. Cali Ice Rider does get brought out. So let's see here. Who did you spore here? Because this is going to be pretty big. As Cali Ice is brought out. I wonder also between the Bronzong and the Amoonguss is moving first here. Okay, they do get spore off. It does target down my Yveltal, which is fine here. Okay, so I do burn a turn of sleep, which is pretty big, and I get some pretty decent damage off into the Calyx Ice Rider immediately, so that's always just really nice there. Yeah, that's beautiful damage. Although if it's Pollen Puff Amoonguss, it is going to be a little bit tricky here, but not too bad right here. Not too bad. Incineroar could come out here, but I guess they don't know. I mean, the Incineroar read is kind of like very obvious, but I think there's no reason why I shouldn't go for it. I think I'm going to go for another Iron Defense here. Yeah, I'm going to go for another Iron Defense here. The reason I'm going to go for another Iron Defense is because I don't know who you're sporing here. There is actually a pretty high probability that you might actually just spore the Yveltal slot. Trying to figure out the item right here on my thing. You could go for the Pollen Puff if you read the Protect from Bronzong and a Pivot from Incineroar. It's just, I feel like Incineroar is just a really safe play for the most part. We already know that this isn't Wider. If it is Policy, though, I guess that could be a concern, but we'll find out if it is Policy, I guess, right here. We do get the Intimidate off into the Amoonguss and the Cali Ice. Pollen Puff is going to come out. Okay, so that's cool. That works out well here. Okay, so they are able to get some healing onto the Cali Ice right here, as we are going to be able to get another Iron Defense off with our Bronzong right here. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, so I really like that. Let's see if this is just a Glacial Lance. Glacial Lance, perfect. They didn't want to risk foul play here. Nice. Okay. So right now we're stalling them out, and it's a pretty big stall out actually right here. Look at like how little that did to Bronzong right here, and we're just able to recover back the HP that we've lost with the leftovers. And now this is the power of the Bronzong right here, where this is the last turn of Trick Room. We can go for a Fake Out, I think, and there's no Psychic Terrain from the Entity, so might as well just go for a Fake Out here into the, I want to say into the Cali Ice. Yeah, I'm going to Fake Out the Amoonguss, and I'm going to Body Press the Cali Ice, because I think Cali Ice might just switch out here. Amoonguss could Protect, but I don't know. I would like to Flare Blitz, maybe body press that slot the upcoming turn, because this could be a very interesting swing where I could get like a KO here this next turn. And I really do want to value the KO here, because if I can get the KO, that'd be fantastic against my post team. Max Quake isn't going to knock out my Incineroar, especially at -1, I'd imagine. They do protect the Cali, which is fine too. I can fake out Flare Blitz the Amoonguss the next turn, and I'm perfectly happy with that trade, I'm pretty sure. So we will fake out the Amoonguss and body press the Cali Ice right here. I'd imagine that this is probably going to be like a Flare Blitz here and a body press into the Amoonguss double up right here. I could have got the body press off an Amoonguss, which kind of stinks, but I wasn't 100% certain. But yeah, we are going to go for that double up now of all places. And then next is going to be pretty interesting, because it might be Palkia coming in for free. If it's Palkia coming in, they could get a little bit ugly. They could also follow me, or not follow me, Rage Powder plus Trick Room. Although, if they lose their Cali Ice, I'm not sure if that's worth it here, because Cali Ice is just so good against my restricteds, and they lose a really big deal of like hurting my what's it called, my Yveltal, which is pretty big. So I don't know if you exactly want to go for that right here, but we're gonna see the Cali Ice switch, which is actually best case scenario right here, into the NDD. Okay, that's perfect actually. Okay, nice. So I am able to get a Flare Blitz off into the Amoonguss, and let's see if we're faster or if this is I don't know what the speed is on the Bronzong actually, so let's find out. Nice, we are able to get the body press double up into the Amoonguss. So Amoonguss goes down. No more Pollen Puffs, which is pretty huge. No more Spores. No more redirection from Rage Powder. So that's a pretty big turn. That's a really big deal. Okay, really nice. And now this upcoming turn, let's see who they bring out. It's probably going to be the Cali Ice once again. This could be Fake Out into Quake. Or there's like a lot of options here just because it's Fake Out Indeedee, because normally I would just probably Parting Shot here, but yeah, we're going to bring out the the Cali Ice is going to come back out. Do I sack one of my Pokemon like my Yveltal? Because I might not need my Yveltal. I don't even think I need Incineroar realistically. I'm going to protect here with my Incineroar, and I'm just going to body press since I do have that option. Or do I just Parting Shot? I just don't want them to fake out high horsepower. Actually, if they fake out high horsepower, that's fine. No, I think I'd rather just body press and protect here. Yeah. Let's see if that's going to be the case here. Maybe I should have body pressed the Indeedee. I don't think they fake out the Bronzong, but we'll find out right here, because this is pretty interesting. They have to respect the Bronzong as well as the Incineroar. We already see fake out into Bronzong. Okay. Is this a high horsepower or a Trick Room? It is Trick Room, it looks like. Okay. Didn't exactly get that read right, so I do lose a bit of momentum right here. I wonder, I've done the Yveltal play so many times, I wonder if they're actually going to read it or not, because I really don't need Yveltal in this matchup. So I'm really thinking of just going hard into Yveltal right here and going for the body press immediately. And I want to body press the Indeedee really badly, because I want to damage into that Indeedee, because I think even if they read the Yveltal switch, I don't even think it's too bad for me realistically. I think even if I like lose my Yveltal here, like I get maybe a 2-shot to the Indeedee and as well as like a Incineroar. This might be helping on Glacial Lance. I don't know if that would have killed Incineroar, but we'll find out. This is going to be, oh, they Dynamax right here. Okay, so they are committing here for sure. I don't know what they're going to commit though. Are they going to commit to Hailstorm, or are they going to commit to Quake here? Because I've been going into Yveltal every time. That's actually really smart of them, because they're going for Max Flare here. Okay. That changed my game plan quite a bit. Body Press going to come out into the Indeedee. That does so much damage though. Glacial Lance? Yeah, good play on their part. Okay. So Glacial Lance is going to come out into my Yveltal and my Bronzong. I do lose my Yveltal. I can't believe they actually Dynamaxed the Indeedee. But I guess they really just don't have a way to beat the Bronzong otherwise. Okay. We're going to see the Max Flare come out, which just going to do like a little bit more than half probably. Yeah, about that. Okay. So this is where it can get a little bit tricky. We do have quite a few options. I think I just fake out the Cali Ice and I always just body press the upcoming turn. And then, oh boy, I mean, this can get tricky. Wait, I just realized I don't have a Dynamax. I guess I Dynamax Incineroar. Yeah, I can Dynamax Incineroar the next turn. So I fake out the Cali Ice. I go for body press into the Indeedee. Yeah, this is such a weird spot. Yeah, but we go for it. We fake out. We go for the body press. into the NDD. They probably have to max guard the NDD for sure. I don't know. Kali Ice switches out here, which maybe is potential, but I don't know what they exactly bring in. That's like a huge threat. I think I Dynamax my Incineroar the next turn, or I just protect. Both of those are pretty safe plays, but okay. Very, very, very unique spot. But the thing about playing passive is like my Bronzong's still threatening the NDD. They can't reverse Trick Room because I'm going for the Fake Out in the Kali Ice this turn. And Body Press is still threatening the NDD the following. So, okay, no protects, no max guards. I Fake Out into the Kali Ice here. And I am able to get the Body Press off into the NDD. So NDD does drop here, which is fantastic. Don't have to worry about that Pokemon anymore. And now, I guess all I have to worry about is like what Palkia can do here. But it can't go for Earth Power against me. Does it have a Fire move? Because I feel like if it had a Fire move, you're not Dynamaxing the NDD in that situation. So maybe I'm wrong here. No Palkia. What is that? That's wait, they actually did bring out Creamy? Huh. Interesting. Creamy goes to Protect. So this is kind of awkward. I kind of want to double up the Creamy slot. You know what? I am going to double up the Creamy slot. I think it's worth. Let's see, because Kali Ice might go for a Protect here for the self-decorate. I am very worried about that Alcremie realistically. I'm more worried about the Alcremie than the Kali Ice, which is something I don't know if I would normally say, but yeah. The Kali Ice can't knock out my Incineroar at this amount of HP with high horsepower. Unless Alcremie has Helping Hand, maybe? Okay, no protects. Body Press comes out into the Alcremie. That does so much damage to the resist. Bronzong going in right here. We're going to see a Decorate. Oh, wait. What is that speed? Is that Iron Ball? Or is the speed interaction just that slow? I don't remember what Alcremie is normally. High Horsepower does come out. Okay. Huh. This is still fine though, right? I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it still is. I don't know if they can beat Bronzong at +6. Yeah, I don't think they can. That is very awkward here, I suppose. I am going to Body Press to Alcremie because I still think if Alcremie does... I don't think it has a Fire move at this point, but if it does, then that is a big threat to my Bronzong, so I might as well just always start it. Is this the last Trick Room or is there 2 more? Because I guess I could Body Press to Calyx too. Yeah, this is the last Trick Room, so I just Protect here, and I go for a... Or maybe a double... No, I don't think I can double Protect. Like, even though I think Alcremie Protect is super obvious, I don't think it's ever worth the risk of them going for another Decorate, and then the Kali Ice actually can threaten the Bronzong. I'm going to have to play around some crits here. I was not expecting my Incineroar to actually be slower than the Alcremie, but okay. Because I've seen like Alcremie. I remember the one on, I believe, the very popular Kali Ice Palkia team recently, back when Justin Burns and Alexander Hill used it, was like, oh, it was, I'm not mistaken. Oh, this is perfect. They didn't protect Alcremie. Okay. I know that Alcremie is a threat, so goodbye, Alcremie. Body Press into the Alcremie, picks up the knockout. Beautiful. Okay, I'm actually surprised it's Decorate though and not White Herb, but that's perfect for me. Okay. But I guess I do have Dusclops in a few ways to probably activate the policy. But now, assuming no crit, I just got to dodge 1 crit on the Bronzong. I'm pretty sure Dynamax Cannon into the Body Press should pick up the knockout right here. So we go for the Dynamax Cannon. We go for the Body Press. Let me double check. Trick Room's over. Yep. So we go for the double up here. That should easily KO the Kali Ice, I'd imagine. So Dynamax Cannon going to come out. I don't know if Flamethrower does guarantee, which is why I'm just going to go for the Dynamax Cannon here, because they get policy up. I don't want to play around with that, so I don't even think Flamethrower would have KO'd, actually. Like, I don't think it would have. Glacial Land's going to come out, okay? Bronzong, you just got to hold on. You just got to hold on. Don't let this KO you. Okay, yeah, Bronzong ate that up. Actually, that ate it up better than expected, but then again, I am +6 in there. They were like, what, +3 or 4 at that point? I actually don't even remember. But Body Press should just KO the Kali Ice right here. It easily. The Body Press is going to come out, KO the Kali Ice, and all right, we're going to seal this game. Whoo, boy. Bronzong, Dynamax NDD. What the heck, man? What the heck? But yeah, they really didn't actually have any answers. I'm actually very surprised they didn't bring Palkia, but I guess because of the Eternatus plus the Yveltal, I guess they weren't doing that much damage, but not doing any damage to my Bronzong was definitely a nightmare for them. Their only move that could really hit me for like a decent amount was literally the Mystical Fire from the India. I'm pretty sure the Alcremie didn't have a fire move, so I was able to abuse that fact. I was able to get so much utility off the Bronzong. I didn't really need my restricteds even for the most part. The damage was nice from the Eternatus. I literally only used the Yveltal as a ground switch in, so my Incineroar can keep pivoting in. But yeah, that was basically the plan at that point. Like, slow down the Palkia, but when they saw Palkia, just means Bronzong sets up and goes in. There were probably a few micro transactions that I could have done that could have been a little bit better, I feel like, especially with the targets. Like, I could have doubled up that Amoonguss earlier, I think, in the game. Like, fake out body press, I think, would have been fine. But yeah, just I felt like overall felt pretty nice. And that is the show. Wow. You know what's crazy? MVP of this video, and it's just sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Bronzong was a pretty big MVP, but I guess because most of my opponents' Pokemon that they brought in today's episode just really couldn't deal well with Bronzong. Like, they really couldn't have. And the Incineroar, Dynamax the Incineroar is kind of crazy. You would probably think we would Dynamax the Yveltal, and I imagine if we face some Sun matchups, oh boy, Rock Falling a Charizard. Now that would have been pretty exciting, because Yveltal Dynamax, this Yveltal especially would have loved facing Sun, but unfortunately we did not face any Sun. But yeah, pretty interesting team. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It does help me out. If you check out the details of the team and the creator down below in the description, you can grab the rental code on your screen. Why not check out the rest of my series 12 content? There's a lot of cool teams and a lot of fun Pokemon. If you want to see more of Returns to Yveltal action, I do have some teams that I have showcased in the past, like the Chansey one from the Japan Nationals qualifier. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. Have a great day, people, and until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.